Alright, today we are working on switching out the flooring in the boys' bedroom. You can see that carpet in a boys' bedroom is not the best choice. And we're also going to change in the other boys' bedroom. It doesn't hold up, but this is also cheap carpet. So we're going to get rid of the carpet and install this vinyl flooring. Alright, we got some room to work, and let's see if we can pull this carpet out. I don't think it's tacked down at all. There we go. Look at
that. Oh, look at all that.
We can just leave the floor like this, boys.
No.
First thing, I see there's way too big of a gap between this and the trim. So we're gonna have to take the trim off. So let's get working on that. Because when I nail this back on, look how low, see? We're gonna have to fix that. Oh. So after looking at this, the amount of work I'm making for myself, because I'm going to have to nail these all back on, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to leave it where it is. This is going to go back on here. I'm just going to put a quarter round. That way in the future, if you ever replace the floor, it's just a matter of popping off the quarter round and you can put some other flooring down. Let me just show you one trick. So say you take out baseboard and you got your brad nails. Instead of trying to push it back through, if you just grab it from the back, pull it right through, there's no mark from it on the front. This door jamb here is in the way. So if I just leave this right here, or even better, I flip it upside down, and that just sets your height. And then we can take this out. Should just fit right in there. Look at that. Like a glove. Let's go take a look at the other side of the door.
Like this, Dad, you just push it.
Yeah, so keep it, always push it into that, yeah? Yeah, it's good.
Your big fat foot. Move your BFF.
This fat friend.
No, big fat foot.
Big fat fart. Another piece, Gwen?
How come that plug is burned?
Oh yeah, Tom did that before. He put a knife on it and then he plugged it in.
On what?
On touching the steel thing.
What steel thing?
Did
Did he get a shock?
I don't know. He got scared, that's for sure.
So I'm just going to 2 3/4 times 2 of these. So this is my latest acquisition. Just a little table, a DeWalt table, but it's beauty. You just press a button here. Look at that. So I built this tool last time I did some flooring. Basically it's for these end pieces. So what it basically allows you to do, so you can clip it over the end, give it a good whack, and that just snaps into place. There we go. Now into this room. Max has been busily cleaning it out. And we got to get this carpet out, so let's get working on that. Mine. Mine. A couple handy tips for doing this. So when you join these end pieces, you basically line it up in the groove ahead of you, like this. Slide it snug, but not too snug. Now for this to go straight down, often it'll overlap a tiny bit, and you can end up breaking this edge. So what you do is you get it in there, like that. And you hold it a couple inches over and then push this down. And what that does is that pulls us back a tiny bit to allow it nicely to snap in there tightly. Then you get your hand out. Then you make sure you're all in good there. I'm a tiny bit out still. Tap it a little bit. So be careful tapping these edges because you can easily dent them and then the next one won't want to go in. So if you tap lightly, you're okay. If you have to hit it sometimes a little harder, use a block of wood which will distribute the pressure. So next piece, or last piece, I got to cut off, and usually what you cut off here, then the other end can go to the other side. So this is the piece I need, but I need the piece from, I need that side to click in here. So what I would do is just flip it around, hold it right kind of above where I need it. I'm staying a little bit in because we're going to be putting quarter rounder along the trim here. I can just hold this right exactly where I need. That way I don't even need to be getting out my tape measure every time. Score it until you kind of feel it digging in. These shorter pieces are harder to snap, but I should still be able to do it fine. Snap it, flip it around, and then just a matter of snapping it in place. Now this is a bit, there we go, it's right here. And now this piece I can use on the far end. Alright, let's see if we can get this in. I did it. Alright, so here's the flooring finished. Nice and clean. Since I'm putting the quarter round on, I might as well paint the trim, and since I'm repainting the trim, I might as well paint the walls. The wall, there's a lot of dents like this. Let's see, more scratches and dents here, more damage here. Guess the less we gotta sand, the better too, right? So cleaning your brushes, get one of these paint combs. I never had one and I got one, and it makes cleaning the paint a lot quicker, better, more enjoyable. Yeah, it's clean in seconds. So we just basically 45 these. Seems to, you get a bit of a nicer edge there. Don't cut your finger off.
I know, I'm careful, more careful than you.
Alright, so now I'm just gonna caulk all the long joints, and then for the little nail holes I use some sort of, like you could just use your mud or whatever you're using for that. This is DAP think I have too big of a hole in this from the previous project. This is latex based, very easily to tool it with your finger. I need another tube. This tube has, the hole is way too big. There we go, so now we got a nice small hole. So now I can leave a really small bead. For the nail holes, I just use something like this. You can use plaster or... Now here's the things to watch out for. So see how I'm pushing down? Now if you just leave it like that, you'll see those lines so bad with the paint afterwards. So you want to make sure you get those lines off. Even now, there's still another line there. You really want to get that right off or you'll see that once you paint it. The other way to deal with, if you have a little too much caulking, instead of putting your finger straight in and rubbing, angle it more. As you angle it more, it'll leave a little bit more behind. It's kind of hard to describe, but... And again, doing our nails, you just want to leave it on a little thick, right? A little proud, so you sand it back to get it smooth. You can sand this so quick, it's seconds really. Because if you push it really tight like this, you don't see it now, but once you paint it, you'll have little indentations and you'll see all these little nail holes. So just leave it proud and then sand it flush after. So here's the threshold, 1/2 inch laminate to about 1/4 inch vinyl. So I gotta fill this in or get a different threshold. What I think I can do is I can use a piece of this, just fit nicely in. We'll cut it on a slight angle. Well, it's chilly here, I got a bit of snow. There we go. The only thing is you got this ugly foam pad you're gonna see. Well, let's see what we can do. We're gonna have this little bit of a gray edge, but this is not the front hole. All right, let's check the boys' room. Nice clean vinyl floor, and they rearranged it in a way that doesn't make too much sense, but that's the thing with these nice slippery floors, they can just slide their beds around and furniture around. But anyways, it does look a whole lot better. The walls are painted and they will be clean at least for a few weeks. Let's take a look at Matthew's room, finished. Threshold. So that looks a whole lot better, the carpet and the paint in the wall.
Well, I hope this video was useful on how to slap down some linoleum or vinyl flooring, and we'll see you in the next one.